I want you to give yourself permission to win in 2022, because I'm telling you, you haven't given yourself permission to win yet. And you can define what it means to you, but you haven't done it. Here's what this does for you. When you focus on your next play, you're going to completely eliminate failure from your life. Richie, how do you eliminate failure? Listen, you eliminate failure from your life because if you go out and you make a mistake and something doesn't go right, one of your team members makes a mistake and something doesn't go right and you meet with them, cool, let's go over it, let's learn from it, but boom, we're already on to the next play. You didn't fail, you just learned how to succeed. But see, before, I used to teach people how to overcome failure. Now, you can completely eliminate failure. There is no failure. Literally, there is no failure. There's only the next play. It was only a learning decision. People say that, but there's no way to actually direct people to it. Now you can direct your team to it. You had you didn't have a good play? Oh, okay, that's fine. Let's go. Next play. What are we going to do? And now I'm going to break for you how to choose a play, because that's important, right? How do you actually choose the next play? There's three components. How many? Three, really, really important. The first one is, what are you going to do? So look, someone on your team has a bad life, has a bad day, whatever. Cool. Hey, what's the most important play? Boom. But how do you choose the next play? I know offensive coordinators, they're looking at that huge sheet, right? And they're like, anybody watch the football games and they have this huge thing? Like, how do they choose a play? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Those huge plays. But I can tell you how to choose a play for your team members. The first thing you got to ask them is, what are you going to do? Because everybody says, here's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do this, and this. Okay, perfect. Let's define that. Let's figure it out. Good. The second thing is, how are you going to do it? How many times have you shared with somebody, or somebody said, here's what I'm going to do? And they're all pumped up and they go and do it. This is what happened the first 5 years I was speaking. I would go and speak and someone would come up and share, I'd share my football story and this and that, and they'd come up and they'd be like, hey, I'm so pumped up, I'm so motivated, I'm so excited. And I'd be like, cool, so like, what are you going to do next? And I wasn't familiar with this. I was like, and they're like, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I was like, that's awesome. Here's my email. Let me know how it went. In 5 years, of all the people that I talked to after events, how many emails do you think I got sharing that they did what they said? Zero. Do you know why? Exactly. They didn't know how to do it. So there's times you're talking to your team, or even maybe you, right? You're talking to your team, and they're saying, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And you're like, great, perfect, cool, let's talk, let me know how it went. And then when you get back to them, did they do it? They didn't do it. And they didn't do it because they didn't know how. So number one, when you're working, hey, what are you going to do? Cool, I'm going to do this. How are you going to do that? Be really specific. Like, hey, I'm going to do this. Like for the job, hey, I need to hire a team. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. How am I going to do it? I'm going to go on Indeed and post. I'm going to go on ZipRecruiter and post. I'm going to do 3 interviews a day. Like, get them specific. Does that make sense? Yeah? And the last one is, when are you going to do it by? You're going to do it by today? Or are you going to do it by the next time we meet? Right? Because we're meeting once a week. Richie, that's so much. I got 10 people. Well, how important is it for you to grow your people? Stacy knows every single week meeting. Got to meet. Can't miss it. Can't. Because I got to know where her head's at. I got to know what's going well. There's another component of this too, right? Like when you get someone talking about themselves and what they're doing, like they feel good. I love coaching calls. I can't wait till my call it forward so I can start rattling off, right? Here's what we did well. Okay, here's what didn't go well. Here's my next play. So what, how, when, and ultimately go. What, how, when, go. So a team member comes up and goes, hey, I just had the worst live of my life. Like, I'm done. Whoa. I understand you didn't have a good live. That's cool. Let's learn from it. I don't care. What's the most important play right now? Next play. Cool. What are you going to do? Forget it. What are you going to do right now? How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it by? Go. It takes someone from a state of stuck into what? Instant action. Okay, cool. I'm going to go and do that now. It takes somebody from literally, oh, I'm down, I'm done, this isn't for me, like, I'm just not I can't do it, but what's the most important play? Next play. Okay, cool. What are you going to do? Simple. I don't care. What? I'm gonna go do this tonight. I'm going to go, cool. How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it by? Let's go. I'll give you an example. There was a boy, he couldn't talk to girls. I was like, dude, you got to talk to girls. Like, you'll be fine. He's like, can't do it, can't do it, nope. I was like, why can't you talk to girls? He goes, I just can't. I was like, why? He's like, because every time I talk to them, they always are mean, it doesn't work out. Of course, right? So he's thinking about the past, and then he's like, well, what if my friends make fun of me? So he's in the future, and I'm like, bro, listen, next time you see a girl, there's 3 things. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? When are you going to do it by? What are you going to do? Walk over, or I'm going to go talk to her. How are you going to do it? Walk over there. When? Right now, go. So what he did is every time he saw a girl, he's like, he stopped thinking, and he just said, I'm going to walk over there, talk to her, right now, go. And so there's a girl he wanted to talk to. Walk over there, right now, go. And all of a sudden, he was just going. He wasn't just sitting there and thinking about, I was like, no, go. What am I going to do? Walk, talk, go. And sometimes you might be sitting there on your phone or your computer and you're like, well, is this person's going to be on? Am I going to say the right things? Am I going to not do it right? No. What am I going to do? I'm going to do this live. How am I going to do it? I'm going to push live and just do my best. When? Right now, go. Do you have to be perfect? Yes or no? No. Are you going to get better and better and better over time? What if you're talking to your team members and your team member's like, I can't do it. But you can't just say, yes, you can. Because that's annoying. Is it not? It's annoying. You can't do that. But what you can say is, what's the most important play? Next play. Cool. What, how, when, go. Push the button. Yes. What, how, when, and just push the button. That's the play.
Right.
Does that make sense? Say it with me. What, how, when, go. That's your play. How do you choose your play? Let's go. Now here's the trick. If you tell somebody what their what, how, and when is, are they going to do it? No. Can't do that. So you say, what are you going to do? Well, I just don't know. Well, here's a secret. If anybody here, write this down, I'm telling you. If you learn anything from me, learn this line. I learned it from this man back here. His name's Joe Bazeko, okay? If someone says to you, I don't know, your response is, what if you did know? And I'm telling you, they will tell you. So if you say, hey, what is your next play? And they go, I don't know. Be like, cool, what if you did know? And they'll be like, well, I can this or that. And they'll come up with something. It doesn't matter. Now you can guide them if it's like way in the out of field, you know what I mean? Like, be like, well, let's reel that in a little bit. You know what I mean? But the idea is like, let them choose and then guide them. Let them choose and then guide them.